This just in. If you've ever stared at your website or email sequence and thought, why isn't this converting? The answer might not be a lack of effort. It might just be too many words, too much about you, and not enough story. StoryBrand is not new, but what's impressive is how well it still works everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Emails, landing pages, YouTube, sales calls, and even testimonial sections. This little 7-part messaging framework pulls more weight than your entire sales team on a Monday morning. Here's a roundup of real-world applications to show you how far this thing goes. To start, let's look at your website, the home base of clarity. Websites built with StoryBrand are noticeably clearer. That's not a guess, that's a pattern. The structure makes sure your customer, not your brand, is the hero. You're just the guide, like Gandalf, but with better SEO. Every page speaks to a problem your customer actually has, not the one you wish they had. You spell out what's at stake, then give them a plan with a call to action. You repeat that until their mouse clicks the book now button out of sheer relief. Done right, this approach turns your site into a lead generating machine, not an online brochure that gently confuses people until they leave. Next, we have email marketing, storytelling that sells without selling. Most email sequences are either boring, desperate, or both. With StoryBrand, you flip the focus. You start with a problem your reader is dealing with. You offer a solution. You show proof that it works. You tackle their biggest objection, and then you invite them to act. All of this happens slowly, one email at a time. The idea is to build trust, not pressure. Think less late night infomercial and more, hey, here's something useful. If you're doing this right, about 80% of your content gives real value and only 20% asks for the sale. That's how you warm people up instead of weirding them out. Then we have social media, where you should stop broadcasting and start helping. Most brands treat social media like a sandwich board. But StoryBrand treats it like a conversation. You can take elements from your brand script, like the main problem you solve or the outcome your customer wants, and turn those into posts that actually connect. You're not just showing off, you're helping. You're celebrating your customers' wins. You're giving them small solutions in every scroll. The formula works because it mirrors what people already want. To feel seen, to feel hopeful, and to know what to do next. Want to post 3 times a week without running out of things to say? Pull from your brand script. It's a content goldmine. Then we have video scripts, and believe me, StoryBrand was built for this. Humans love stories. We also love not being bored. That's why StoryBrand is perfect for video. You start with a problem, you make it emotional, you offer a simple plan, and then you paint a picture of success. Wrap it all in a 60 to 90 second clip, and you have something people will actually remember and maybe even share. There are AI tools now that turn your brand script into video briefs. But honestly, even if you do it manually, the formula works. And as a bonus, your team no longer has to wing it in front of the camera. Then we have ads and campaigns, from good specs to stories. Good ads are simple, and StoryBrand forces you to be simple. That's why it works. Instead of listing features or technical specs, your ad shows the real-world problem your offer solves. Suddenly, your video ad isn't about pixels or performance. It's about peace of mind. It's about confidence instead of chaos. And when people see themselves in your marketing, they act. StoryBrand helps you make that happen fast without overthinking it. Next, we have the sales pages and product pages. Emotional beats matter. StoryBrand turns your product page into a mini transformation story. You show how your offer solves an external problem, what's happening, an internal one, how it feels, and a philosophical one, why it even matters. Your product becomes the guide. The customer gets to be the one who triumphs. This works way better than just rattling off technical specs and hoping people care. Then we have testimonials and case studies where you can turn praise into plot. We've all seen reviews that say, great service, but then tell us nothing. A StoryBrand style testimonial is different. It tells a before and after story. What was the problem? What changed? What's life like now? Case studies follow the same arc. They walk the reader through the challenge, the solution, and the result. They prove that your process works without needing a megaphone. Then we have the sales team, and you can give them a script that works. When your sales team knows the brand script, they sell better. They talk less about your product and more about your customer's problem. The sales pitch becomes consistent. The proposals follow the same storyline. Even your pitch deck gets sharper. Best of all, it gives the whole team a shared language, which means less confusion and fewer meetings about why the last pitch flopped. And then, of course, we have brand messaging, where consistency creates trust. Your brand script is not just for marketing, it's for everything. Website headlines, email subject lines, social bios, lead magnets, ads, flyers, even how your receptionist answers the phone. When everything speaks the same message, your brand stops being random. It starts becoming recognizable. And trust follows recognizability every time. This is why clear messaging beats clever marketing. StoryBrand works not because it's trendy, but because it makes you clear. And clarity is what customers are actually looking for. You do not need a new platform. You need a message that makes sense to the people you are trying to reach. So start where it matters. Download my 5-minute marketing fix and get one clear sentence that explains what your business does and why it matters. Then apply that message everywhere, because aligned messaging is not a luxury. It is a system, and systems scale. You can download it for free in the description below, or go to strategicmarketingtribe.com/fix. But what about you? What's one message you say everywhere in your business? I'll go first. Mine is your marketing message so confusing, even your own mom doesn't get it? Well, then let's clarify your message so everyone wants to work with you. Okay, your turn. What's your core message? Let me know in the comments. I'm Vicky Sidler from the Strategic Marketing Tribe, and I post helpful news updates for small businesses every day.